in this example, I want to build fabric shader. Most of the users believe it is really tricky to build them. So if you want to build some sort of a fuzzy, velvetly or something like that shaders, you would be much better with creating this specific chin shader rather than creating a standard material. Let me just create those materials and really compare them. I'll open another material manager with this. And let me just scale this a bit so I can compare those channels a bit. So you can see in our standard material we have, for example, displacements, and it's much more versatile than this chin shader. Those other shaders are really designed for specific needs, but this chin shader is extremely powerful and it's really underutilized, and it can produce magnificent stuff in just a few clicks. So if you're going to use these shaders, remember that you don't have a bump channel. For example, you don't have a displacement channel, and often you don't have an option to load a texture. You can see that here. For example, you can just add noises here under a function, and they're somewhat limited, but don't think that they are not powerful. They are extremely powerful. Let me show you how to build, for example, a simple velvet shader with this chin guy. Okay, let me close this and open another one. I will delete this material. And I created a simple simulation with a cloth system just to get something that resembles cloth. And you can see that our ball shape is underneath. Okay, just to have some creases and folds and stuff, just to make it a little bit more eye-pleasing. So let's fire up that chin shader, and here under gradients, since we already know what a gradient is, I want to create just two colors. The one that will be showing up as a general color of the velvet. Let me delete all these guys so I can have a fresh start, something like this. And I will load the first color here, and this will be my main color. Let me just do a preview render. I will disable all these other channels just to make things more clear. Naturally, I have to apply it first. And we have some sort of a dull look here. Let me add another color to the end of this gradient. This will be this guy, which is really, really deep violet. And you'll already see something really nice happening. This is exactly what I want. I want that gradient to control the way that that surface looks. So it will behave just like a real velvet. This is really difficult to achieve with standard material, and you can do that with a few clicks in chin shader. And you can see how it changes and bleeds the colorization through the surface. You have the feeling of that fuzzy appearance. You can even push that a little bit further. Let's enable this diffuse channel, and you will see it will flood that surface a bit more and equalize those transitions in colors. The only thing that maybe pops to mind just to bring this to life even more is this roughness channel. And you can see the effect of the roughness. And here all the standard noise types are available. So in this case, I want to select something with really, really, really small detail, and that would be this Sema guy. And you can see currently this is not good. I want to scale that guy down. And beware, the scale is now here. It's not the first one. So let's scale it to, let's say, 1%. See what we get. Maybe even 0.1%. It's just a matter of playing with those values. And see, no matter how small scale I'll set, this effect of dotting is really pronounced, and I don't want that. This amplitude setting is really the control for that. So you can think of this setting as a softness, which is also not technically correct, but it will give you a good understanding of it. I really feel like a parrot. So let's try with 50% just to smooth things out. See what we get. No, even more. Let's try 10% and see where we are at. I actually could have used this chin shader for the tennis ball surface. But the problem is that I would run into limitation, and the limitation is called I don't have a displacement channel. And if Maxon could implement displacement channel here in the chin shader, that would be absolutely fantastic in my humble opinion. And I think I will scale this a little bit lower, maybe even 5, and let's see what we get. And this could work. Let's try even lower settings. Of course, you can use some other settings. Maybe 3 will be just enough. So essentially, you have a few click fabric, velvet, some sort of a rough rag, carpet shader, which can really be useful. So Maxon, please, displacements in chin shader, absolutely top feature. So let's build our next shader.